What's up, guys? I recently played UNC's new Finley course, which just reopened last week after a year of renovation. The last time I played Finley was over 10 years ago, so I hardly recall any of the previous course design. Unfortunately, GPS apps like the Grint and GHIN haven't been updated with the new course layout, so I intended to get out there and showcase the new design. Even more unfortunate, the course is cart path only for the next 6 months as they prep Finley to host the NCAA regionals next year. A little ridiculous to block carts for 6 months, but it is what it is. I was planning to do a full vlog of the course, but my fat ass wasn't going to be hiking tripods around. So I captured what I could to highlight some of my favorite holes. Couple of things to cover before we get started. Price-wise, you'll pay about $90 to play Finley, plus an additional $30 for the cart, so totaling $120 around. Makes it a little bit more pricey than most non-destination courses, but it's about average for collegiate courses in the area. I'll be playing the blue tees, which come in at 6,500 yards, with a course rating of 72.1 and a slope rating of 136. Black tees play 7,000 yards, with a 74.6 rating, 141 slope. So the golf gods consider it a challenging course. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, so starting off with hole number 1, Finley does start with a very unique first hole, a par 3. I mean, you don't see that too often. It is a rather long par 3 as well, and it's kind of a weird start. I don't like starting on a par 3, but this front side actually has 3 par 3s. It comes in at a par 34, so lots of par 3s on this side. I did try to highlight those for you guys. Here's hole number 3. Pretty average length par 3. Good difficulty here. This is one of the holes that they actually changed from the old design, and what I was told from the members I was playing with is that the front had the most changes to it. This is hole number 5. This is actually the signature hole at Finley. It's a really pretty hole. It's probably my favorite of the front. Pretty good length par 4 here at 466 from the blues. As you can see, you got this lake over here to the left. It's a pretty scenic tee shot, and it's definitely a challenging hole as well, I would say. This is one of the few holes which actually had a draw bias to it. For the most part, what I noticed is that this course plays mostly to a fade shot. You're making right-hand turns pretty much all the way through. Hole number 6 coming up here, decent length par 3, all uphill, kind of a blind par 3 shot. Yeah, so I got pretty beat up on the front 9. I came in at 7 over. Didn't have any doubles, but I was just riding the bogey train. And front 9 was pretty tough. It was challenging. I definitely preferred the back 9, which, as you can see, we're starting here on hole number 10. From the front 9 was really tight. The back 9 was a little bit more open, in my opinion, and I also was playing a lot better on the back 9, which probably had a bit of why I preferred it. So started to get warmed up here, and yeah, had a good tee shot on 10. It's a really fun hole, pretty straight away. This would be a really good starting hole. I would much prefer to start on this hole as opposed to that par 3 first hole. Quick flyover here of hole number 12. Good length par 5, also plays to a fade. Back 9 is definitely longer, coming at 3,400 yards, so 300 yards longer than the front 9. And it is a more traditional course setup, so you do have two par 5s, 2 par 3s. So it's a little bit more stock with what normal golf course design is accustomed to. Going to catch all the holes here on the final stretch. I did find that it was a really good final stretch. This par 3 was probably my best shot of the day. I actually almost holed this. One thing I will say is that with the changes to the course, the new greens are a little bouncy. It's really hard to get the ball to stop on them, which is kind of to be expected until they mature out a little bit. But yeah, right now, like if you were to play Finley tomorrow, you would find that the greens are very hard to stick. Hole 15 here, it's a good par 5. It's one of the more gettable par 5s, pretty straight away without too much trouble. Which I do like having, a couple of those par 5s that are reachable, especially when I was trying to climb out of the hole that I got myself into on the front 9. Hole 16 here, this is one of my favorite holes on the back for sure. It is also one of the few holes that does play a draw. And it's, it's a decent length. So it was a challenging hole for sure. The green complex on this hole is nasty. It is really nasty. It's like 3 sections that are guarded by this tri-ridge. I don't even know what to call it, but if you're on the wrong side, if you're in the wrong spot, it is very difficult to putt. The greens are in really good shape. They did a good job with them, and they are fast. They are fast, and they are very undulated. It's one thing on the back that I noticed is some of the greens are almost gimmicky with just how much undulation there is. I'll point it out to you, especially on hole 18 and 17 too, but especially 18. Some of the undulation is just crazy. Anyways, this hole is a great hole. It's a really pretty one as you come in on the final stretch here. Definitely challenging. I should have recorded the green close up just so you guys could see how wild it is. So when you play Finley, watch out for 16 because it is nasty. It is nasty. On to hole 17, it's a fun par 3. This is really where you'll see some of the crazy undulations as well that I mentioned before. This one has a huge drop off right down the middle of the green. I'm talking like it is steep. It's very, very steep. And then coming in hole 18, it's a really pretty finishing hole. You got the lake and clubhouse in the background. It's a fun hole because you have to play a fade off the tee shot, but then you're coming back with the draw. So it's a really good hole that I did like. And it's relatively gettable. It's a little bit longer of par 4, but it's manageable. Quick update while we do the flyover here on 18. I did shoot even on the back, par 36. So overall I came in at 77 plus 7 over the par 70. So the back played much better to me than the front. Even though I shot better on the back, I wouldn't say that it was easier. I thought that both sides were actually fairly balanced in their difficulty, just for different reasons. Alright, so on the 18th green, I should have gotten a close-up of this, but I want you guys to focus in on this point right here. That bump that you see doesn't give you great perspective, but imagine a speed bump on the road. Very steep speed bump on the road. That is basically what that is. I mean, it is a steep speed bump on the screen, and it's kind of why I thought it was a little gimmicky. I mean, it's such a steep grade that if I putted it hard enough, I probably could have launched my ball, like gotten air with my ball. Like it's like a dirt bike, undulation. It was a little perplexing to me, and I was talking with my playing partner Matt about how weird it was. So they really try to get you on the green complexes, especially on the back. I mean, the greens were tough on the front, but the back had, if you weren't in the right spot, you were going to be 3-putting without a doubt. So watch out for that on the back 9. Ultimately, Finley, it's a pretty solid course. Had a good time. Layout was fun. And they did a really good job in getting the conditions up to speed. So definitely come out and check it out. I'm giving Finley a 7 on layout and an 8.5 on conditions. Like I said, they got it in really good shape for being pretty new. In terms of overall ranking, I have it at 16, just passing Duke. So all the UNC fans are going to like that. But Lonnie is still king. Thanks for watching.